My screen is visible? Can anyone confirm if my screen is visible to all?
Yeah, Vishal. Yeah.
Oh, good, good. Thank you so much for confirmations. And I believe we all set to start the session. Okay, so once again, guys, thank you for joining this session. And today we are going to discuss very first step of the Cisco SD-WAN. A lot of thing we have to discuss into of the SD-WAN, how to do the configuration, how the step-by-step fundamental is going to look like, and different component of the SD-WAN we are going to discuss here, right? So first thing, because the SD-WAN is the quite new in the market and not a new, but it's an old product, but it's a new for the people because they have to upgrade to learn this because we keep using our legacy one technology, and in legacy one technology we have a lot of challenges. That's why like every organization start upgrading them on the like SD-WAN, and we have a different vendor available in the market. So we are going to focus to understand what are the SD-WAN component and why they are used this component for these all in entire architecture. Okay, so I'm not going to start with the lab. Okay, lab will do step by step when we understand the each and every component concepts as well. Okay, so let's go and discuss one by one what are different component we have. So first thing, let me quickly brief about the solution. So we are discussing about the SD-WAN, which is known as a Cisco SD-WAN. So if someone is talking about Cisco SD-WAN, someone is talking about the Viptela SD-WAN, and someone is talking about the Catalyst SD-WAN. These all are the same. Okay. These all three are the same. We don't have any difference between these three vendors. SD-WAN solutions. So what is different between these all three? So different between these all three is basically originally when SD-WAN was evolved, Cisco was not having this solution. So instead of going to develop their own solution, he like purchase or might be he acquire the company that is known as the Viptela. So initially he take over the company, acquire the company, and once he acquired the company, officially whatever solution having a Viptela, Cisco start selling to their customers. And where after selling, they leverage this concept and then they develop their own concepts as well to just integrate the SD-WAN solutions. And after that, they look like a product where in combination of Cisco, in combination of Viptela, they come in the market and they start selling the product for different organizations. So basically, when they acquire the company, right, the company having such kind of the guideline might be if you're going to take my product, but you have to use my name. So because of that reason, whenever Viptela like uh, produce their product, they have named the concept like the Vmanage. That is a one SD-WAN solution. They have the vSmart. That is another component. They have the vBond, right? They have the vEdges. So these four components they have developed. By using these four component, entire SD-WAN fabric, they have, make the possible for the all customer. So vManage, vBond, vSmart are the three component which is part of the control plane. But vEdge is actual, that is your branch location router, right? So after some time, Cisco realized that I have also sell a lot of product like Cisco ASR and ISR router and CSR router. So these ISR, ASR, CSR are the very high-end routers, and the customer have already taken that routers. So if I'm going to sell that new solution to the customer because I acquire the company Viptela, and if I'm going to say, hey customer, you just take my new solution and replace your old solutions. So might be customer is going to be unhappy and he might be not ready to position to take my new solutions. So in this situation, what they have done for the new customer, they start selling the old or Viptela products. But for the old customer, right, who have the already ASR, ISR, CSR solutions, for that they give the another alternative way. You just purchase my control plane devices. Means you just purchase the vManage, vSmart, vBond subscriptions or the cloud-based controller, and you just have to upgrade your ISR, ASR, and CSR router, and you can just integrate the SD-WAN feature. So here they introduce the cEdge, the new device instead of the vEdge. So whatever my ASR, ISR, and CSR device have, they all become the basically cEdge router, that is known as Cisco Edge router, and equally it is going to work similar to the Viptela, but we have to do little bit different way to the configuration of this cEdge router. We'll see how this cEdge router is going to be configured, right? So that's why the journey has been started from the Cisco and Viptela to just, different kind of the platform. You're going to find the Cisco SD-WAN is written. You're going to find Viptela SD-WAN is written. But end, they are going to have the mix kind of the hardwares. And by utilizing the mix kind of the hardware, they are going to just bring the entire fabric for your organizations, right? Now, why this Catalyst SD-WAN come in a picture? So Catalyst SD-WAN, like it's kind of the consolidation of this Cisco SD-WAN and Viptela SD-WAN. Means it was a lot of confusion in the market. Like people are keep talking about the Viptela SD-WAN, people are talking about the Cisco SD-WAN. So Cisco decided, now I'm not going to use these names like vBond, vManage, vSmart, vEdge or cEdge. They just want to make a uniform solutions. Even the functionality is going to be same, but I want to change the name. So he did some changing in the name. So vManage he replaced with the manager, right? vSmart they replace with the controller. vBond replace with the validator, and cEdge vEdge they had replaced with the Vmanage router. So they just rename the entire fabric solutions. Just they rename the entire fabric solution from vManage to manager, vSmart to controller, vBond to validator, and Vmanage as a replacement of cEdge and vEdge. And that's why you have a new solution that is known as the Catalyst SD-WAN. So if I go here, and this is the latest solution. So if someone is going to ask you, the Catalyst SD-WAN, you should, yes, I know the Catalyst SD-WAN. Nothing has been changed except the name, right? No other configuration, no other feature, no way of doing the traffic engine, nothing has been changed. Only the name has been changed, rebranding has been happened. Let's suppose Airtel was the company earlier, if you remember 10 years back, they have a different logo, different brand, right? But suddenly they change the entire logo, entire brand, but still company is doing the same kind of the work. But just they rebrand their name, they rebrand their logo. So it's keep happening for the marketing strategy. So you don't have to worry about that. So see, we are targeting the Catalyst SD-WAN here. It's combination of the Cisco, Viptela, and Catalyst. They all are going to be three together, but we are going to talk about the Catalyst. So if you go here, little bit down. So if I go a little bit down, where it is. Yeah, you can see it. See this diagram. So in previous diagram, you can refer this diagram. This is the Viptela solution. So in this Viptela solution, you see, we have the components like the vManage, we have the component like the vSmart, we have the component like the vEdge. See, and also we have the orchestration plane, we have the management plane, we have the control plane. So we have the vManage, vSmart, vBond, and vEdge. This was a device architecture in the Viptela. And if I want to use the Cisco Edge router ASR ISR, that is going to another device that is known as the cEdge device as well. So either I can use the vEdge or cEdge. cEdge is especially you have some set of devices like ASR router. I can use the ISR router or might be the CSR router. I just have to replace the iOS image and then they are going to become the normal router to the super router. They're going to support the like your SD-WAN fabric. vEdge is something they have the predefined version of the routers. I'm going to show you. Like you can think about vEdge, vEdge thousands, vEdge 2000s, and vEdge 5000. They are different kind of more version also we have. Let me put it here etc. So a lot of versions are available means as a hardware which is going to be used. Vmanage, vSmart and vBond. Like these are the component, but how it's a hardware and software we'll discuss right now. Okay, just allow me some time. But first understand in the Viptela or Cisco SD-WAN solution, we have to use this entire set of the nomenclature, right? But if I want to talk about the Cisco Catalyst SD-WAN, then these all nomenclature has been replaced with the new naming convention. So what is my new naming convention? So in my new naming convention, you can see that my vManager means vManage has been replaced with the vManager. It's not a vManager, it's just manager. Okay. So this is a replacement of which component? You can just write it here. It's a replacement of vManage. This controller is replacement of the vSmart. The validator is replacement of the your vBond. This is replacement of Vmanage replacement of your vEdge and cEdge. So these are the different Vmanage. By using, we can replace with the vEdge and cEdge. So name is going to be same, but still my fabric is going to use the Viptela router at end router. They might be used Cisco router as a edge router, and they are going to just integrate my branch location. So this is how my component wise definition has been changed. Okay. So I hope you guys understand at least what is the Viptela SD-WAN, what is my Cisco SD-WAN, and what is the Catalyst SD-WAN. Any doubt in here? Anyone have?
Vishal, just a question. Like, other vendor also giving SD-WAN solution, like Fortinet and Palo Alto also giving the SD-WAN solution, correct? So how is this Cisco SD-WAN Viptela, I mean, far better or superior than these Fortinet SD-WAN solutions?
So first of all, that's a good question. I really appreciate. So if you talk about especially for the FortiGate SD-WAN, so FortiGate SD-WAN is the top in the market, right? Why it's top in the market? Because we have the Gartner report. We just SD-WAN. You just go and check the Gartner report. If you're going to check that, probably SASE, SD-WAN and SASE. Just let me check. Just check this one, okay? So if you check, this is a 2023 report. So here, see that. We have the 4 category. We have the leader category in the market. We have the challenger category, right? We have some niche players. They're exceptionally doing well and they are trying to grow. And we have the visionary players also in the market. So this is a last year report that has been published by the Gartner Magic. And as per this report, we have the vendors like FortiGate, VMware, Cisco, Aruba, Versa Network, and Palo Alto. They are the market leader for the SD-WAN services. Okay, you can see here. So we have the FortiGate, VMware, Cisco, HP, Aruba. Please mute, guys. Please mute. Please mute. I request everyone, please mute yourself because we are doing something great thing here as a learning of Cisco SD-WAN. So focused here. They are the very important thing you should know because you have to debate with your colleagues. You have to debate with your TLs, managers, your customer. So how you can debate that if you not have no knowledge of that level, okay? So it's very important to do some market research as well about the product. If you're going to buy any car, any product like mobile phone, even washing machine, even any kind of other electronic item, you do a lot of research before buying that. You do that, right? You just go and do Google review. You just check and compare what is the feature available on this particular mobile phone and what is feature in that mobile phone. And then you finally come to the conclusion, I need to buy this product. Similarly, think about I have to buy the solution from the market. So that is the very nice question. Why I should use the Cisco SD-WAN? Why should not use the FortiGate SD-WAN? Right? And what is the logic behind it? Cisco SD-WAN is famous in the market and other vendor are not famous in the market. Okay. That thing I'm trying to explain you all. So here we have the leaders in the market. As for this leader, you can see FortiGate is the leader of the leader. And second is the VMware, that is the Velo Cloud, and third is the Cisco, and then fourth have the Aruba, Versa, and the Palo Alto. So leader are total 6 vendor in the market. Out of 6 vendor, first 3 are the leaders of leader, and top of the leader is a FortiGate. So to be honest, FortiGate SD-WAN is quite popular in the market. But why Cisco is even less popular? It's a leader, but still they having a high demand. So you just have to understand in this way. The reports are published in the various factors, right? Means the functionality of the particular product might be it's a very good. FortiGate product is very good in terms of the feature, in terms of the reliability, in terms of the scalability, in terms of the cost. Everything is very fine. That's why someone is going to, let's suppose you are the neutral body. And let's me, if I am the speaker and I'm just going to produce one of the training, might be that training quality is very good, very good. And one is the training that has been produced by the INE, might be the that is a 7CCI, okay. And INE is a great brand, okay, and GuiNet is a small brand. So one training has been produced by me, and that is Cisco SD-WAN. One training is produced by the INE trainer, that is again Cisco SD-WAN. But if you are the some third party and you have to just review the content of the INE training and the GuiNet training, so you are going to find that the GuiNet training is having the more quality than INE training. Just giving an example, guys. Don't take otherwise. Okay, it's not like something I'm promoting. Just giving an example. So you are going to find something is better than INE, but still you give the rating, but still you are going to see that INE are selling more courses in compared to the GuiNet. Why? Because they having the great customer base, they having the major reach across the global, they have the more brand trust, and they also having a very good in terms of the infrastructure globally to support their customers. So this is the reason even we have the FortiGate SD-WAN is the great in the market, right? And if the Cisco SD-WAN is a great in the market, FortiGate is also great in the market, and FortiGate having the great feature in compared to Cisco, but Cisco having a very high brand value. Cisco global presence is very high across all regions, right? They have very good customer support. They have very good customer relationships, right? So even my Cisco SD-WAN having little bit less feature, but Cisco having the major acquisition of the customer. So let's suppose I am the Cisco customer since 20 years and I want to deploy the SD-WAN solution. FortiGate is trying to pitch my solution, pitch their solution. Hey, you can purchase my product. But being customer, I'll think, why should I go and replace my entire infrastructure to the FortiGate? Even little bit product is better than Cisco, but still I'm going to acquire my Cisco because I have the legacy infrastructure which is going to be upgraded. I have to invest low amount of money, and then customer always go for the Cisco SD-WAN solution. So because of this reason, right? Even they are leader in the market, and FortiGate is a very top class product. So Cisco is still having the very large cap in the market, and that's why Cisco having the very high demand in the market in terms of the engineers, right? So if you have the high demand engineers requirement, definitely you go and do the SD-WAN courses for the Cisco SD-WAN. But let's suppose in other way, if I am the new customer, I want to purchase from scratch, so definitely I'll go and buy the FortiGate. So in that scenario, FortiGate is going to win the solutions, right? So I hope it is makes sense to everyone. It's okay? Who asked this question?
Me, Vishal.
Yes, Bipin, you okay? Or something else I can add?
No, but I believe like if you go with the legacy, I mean the infrastructure. Okay, so I just need to replace the point of contact. Okay, correct. I mean from where the internet. I need to go from the internet part. Correct. I mean I do have ISR router, or I can replace that router with the FortiGate model. That's the only the difference which I need to create. Okay, or which I need to pitch to the customer. Correct. And if I go with the infrastructure war, whether they are on the LAN part, if they are running Alcatel Lucent or some another vendor, I mean, it will not have that kind of impact. Correct.
Yes, correct. But let's suppose think in this way. I am the customer, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What I am trying to make a point. I am a customer. I am already running the ISR ASR router for the WAN infrastructure. LAN, whatever I'm running, I'm not going to care about LAN. Might be the Cisco, Juniper, Alcatel, HP, Brocket switch, anything I'm running,
Mm-hmm.
Aruba.
Correct. Correct.
But if I'm the customer and I'm running ASR, ISR router across my thousands location of sites, okay? So I
Mm-hmm.
have total 2000 of router, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now one vendor is coming Cisco to sell their SD-WAN solution, and one vendor is coming like FortiGate to sell their solution.
Mm-hmm.
So being customer, I have that more than 10-year, 20-year relationship with the Cisco. So definitely
Mm-hmm.
I'll give the weightage to them. And Cisco is coming to me and saying that, oh, you don't have to replace your entire WAN circuits, WAN routers, right? You
Mm-hmm.
just have to upgrade your license OS. That is going to cost a minimum charge to you. Okay. And then your fabric is going to convert it as the Cisco SD-WAN. You got it?
Correct.
This is
Correct.
the
Correct.
one solution, and that is going to like cost very minimum cost. Now FortiGate SD-WAN is coming to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they are saying we are having the higher like market rating than Cisco, and also our cost is low in compared to Cisco. But
Mm-hmm.
being customer, Cisco is not replacing my entire infrastructure,
Got
right?
it.
They
Got
are
it. Got it.
just replacing license. So their cost is very low. Even I'm going to purchase the FortiGate, they have to replace my all entire WAN infrastructure. Okay. So their
Got it.
cost is always going to be multiple times higher than the Cisco. So if I am the new customer and I have to purchase Cisco or FortiGate, then it is going to be beneficial for me. But if I'm the existing customer, then FortiGate is not going to help me a lot. And the market cap of Cisco is very high. Everywhere Cisco customer are there. So that's why Cisco is always, having the very high requirement. You got it
Got it.
finally?
Got it. Got it.
Okay. So I believe we are good here. Let me move to the next step and where I was. So now we understand about that component, Cisco SD-WAN and Catalyst SD-WAN and Viptela SD-WAN. Now let's focus about the component wise. Why we use the different component in this SD-WAN solution, which was not available in the legacy WAN solution. What is the key uses? So if I talk about the key uses in the Cisco SD-WAN, Viptela SD-WAN, or Catalyst SD-WAN, either one you are talking. The major component we have the vBond, vSmart, and vManage, and the vEdge or cEdge. So what is the different kind of the concept like tagging behind these all components? So let me talk one by one. Let me first come from here. Okay. So we discussing here. So we have the total 4 plane in this particular solution. One is the orchestration plane. Another is management plane. Another is control plane. And another is data plane. Total 4 plane is here. So if I talk about the data plane, So data plane is something where actual packet is going to inside of my SD-WAN fabric. Let's suppose in this topology example, right now lab is off. We'll do the lab on later stage. So this is my router and this is my LAN user. So in this fabric, entire this, just suppose this is the SD-WAN fabric. I want to take the data. So where the data will come up means the LAN user will inject the data. This is where might be LAN user is going to access any the website. This website could be Google, could be the Facebook, might be he is trying to send the any email with the attachment of the Excel file. Anything you can do that. So data is always injected in the your WAN edge router, and further WAN edge router is responsible to carry those data from one location to another location. So first of all, who is the data plane devices? So data plane is devices your routers. Whatever the branch location routers, data center location, you have the branch connectivity edge routers, they are going to act as your data plane devices. So here data plane devices are your basically nothing. It's your Vmanage routers. And these routers could be either vEdge router or could be cEdge router. Right? These are your WAN edge that is going to stay in the data plane. This data plane based on the cloud, which situation it is going to be cloud, we'll discuss. This could be on your data center. This could be on your campus network. This could be the branch office. This could be your home office. So it could be anywhere. But yes, WAN edge is going to be integrated. And then after your data is going to be injected throughout your SD-WAN fabric. Okay. So data plane, if I talk, always think about on data plane, my Vmanage router are going to come in a picture, and which is going to in two form. Either they are going to come as a vEdge router or cEdge router. Clear to all? Now, if I talk about the control plane, so in overall, it's a very misleading concept. Always people talk about it. We have the control plane, we have the data plane. Only two plane we have in the Cisco SDWAN solution. But further in control plane, we have the segregations. We have the bifurcations, right? And that's why you can see we have the orchestration plane, we have the management plane, and we have the one specific control plane as well. So why we have such way of definitions? So overall, when SD-WAN was deployed, right? So SD-WAN was deployed, they having the idea to just decouple the control plane and data plane. This was an idea. Okay. So when we having the control plane and we have the data plane. So earlier this data plane and control plane was just limited to the one router. This control plane data plane was limited to the one router. Means within the router, we have to do the data plane processing. We also have to do the control plane processing. But in SD-WAN, we decouple the data plane and control plane. So by doing this decoupling, we put the control plane in somewhere in the remote location and data plane some other location. But further in this control plane, we have further did clarification, means classification to different platform. That is the orchestration plane, management plane, and again a control plane. So let's understand. So if I'm talking the control plane overall in layman language or might be the overall discussion, this is basically, it is going to combine three component: vManage, vSmart, and vBond. That is my control plane devices. But technically, how it is going to be classified? The vManage always going to classify it as your management plane device. Means if I'm talking the management plane device, the device is only dedicated to use as a vManage. If I'm going to talk my control plane device, we have the dedicated device here that is responsible to do the controlling processing. Controlling means your routing processing. This is the purely just for the routing. So this device is going to use as a your vSmart, right? And if I talk about the orchestration plane, in that situation, I have this specific device used that is known as the my vBond router is going to act as a means V1 device is going to not a router, it's a device is going to act as a orchestration plane. Okay. And REST data plane devices VSCH already I just explained. So this is going to act as a my orchestration plane. The data plane. So this is how you should know if I'm talking about the orchestration plane, you just think about it's my vBond device, if management plane, my vManage device, if the control plane, it is going to be my vSmart device, data plane, vEdge or cEdge. And we have the ISP, we have the different ISP, you can see public internet, MPLS, 4G. These devices are just acting as a switch fabric and they are just these are a switch fabric. They having a one responsibility to connect my control plane devices with the data plane devices. Okay. So if these all want to talk to control plane devices, they will always go and process via the switch fabric and they have done like connectivity and all. So I hope you guys understand till here. Any question on these particular sections or shall we move to the next step?
Vishal, so vBond is actually the validation part, correct?
Yes, if you talk about the Catalyst SDWAN architecture, this is known as the validator.
Okay.
We'll discuss detail what is
Hmm.
the orchestration plane, what is the validator. And this
Sure.
vSmart is the controller
Got it. Got it.
and vManage the manager.
Manager. Got it.
Okay. And this vEdge is the your Vmanage.
Managed router. Okay.
Vmanage router. Okay. Now, at least we understand the component, which component is going to use where. Now we have to understand, actually, these are the hardware, software, or in combination of the both. These all component which I'm going to use here. Okay. So let's understand step by step these all component. So we'll discuss what is the vManage functionality and all. Now let's talk about that. vBond, vManage, and vSmart, it can be hardware or software. So first thing you have to note, if I'm going to talk about any control plane devices, either the vBond, that is a validator, vManage is the manager, vSmart is the your controller, they all are pure software device, not a hardware device. Okay, that is the one thing you have to take a note. It never like come as a hardware device. It always come as a software device. So these software device can be come as a iOS image. It can be hosted on your ESXi KVM inside your hypervisor or physical server. You can install ESXi hypervisor or KVM hypervisor in the physical server. And if you want to just use, you can use it and you can deploy like we have done in the lab environment. Lab environment, we have the one physical server. On the physical server, we have the ESXi. On the ESXi, all three controller we have deployed. Okay. And because of that, we are going to do the lab. So this solution we are using, that is the on premises, right? So you can deploy this controller in your on premises where your physical server is going to host ESXi like hypervisor. Inside of the ESXi hypervisor, you can put these images and then you can run these images instance and then you can leverage these control plane functionality. This is the one solution. Another solution, let's suppose I don't want to use this kind of the solution on premises. I don't have the ESXi and physical server. I can rent the cloud services. I can go and purchase the cloud services subscriptions. That could be AWS, Azure, GCP, Alibaba, anything you can purchase. And these cloud services, you just have to upload these images or you just have to install these images for your all kind of the servicing hosting for the control plane. 99% case you are going to find the controller are going to be in cloud-based hosting and most of the case it's in Cisco cloud-based solution. They also leveraging the AWS and Azure. They have the backend tie-up, but officially you are going to purchase the Cisco SD-WAN solution. They are going to give their subscription from the cloud base And by using that cloud-based solution, you're going to integrate your solutions. Okay, so this is how your hosting is going to happen. And based on that hosting, you can just run your cloud-based instance for the vManage, vBond, and vSmart services. So this is only pure cloud or means virtual devices, not a physical devices. So control plane devices is never going to be your physical device. Just take a note. Clear, everyone?
Got it.
Okay. Now this is your controller. Let's move to the router. Now routers, I mentioned these routers has been replaced with the Vmanage, right? And these WAN is going to be used as the vEdge router or could be the cEdge router. So cEdge router, again, we having the ASR. ASR can be hardware, ISR can be hardware, and CSR can be software. This can be we have the different kind of solutions. vEdge also has been classified as a two type of device. vEdge, if you talk about, vEdge can be your physical box or can be your virtual box. Means router's point of view, you can use either the virtual or the physical. In the cEdge point of view, most of the case you are going to use the physical, but even I want to use the virtual, it is possible I can use the virtual as well. So routers can be physical, can be virtual. It's totally depend on your scenario. Which scenario are you going to use the virtual? Which scenario are you going to use as a physical? But in overall, if I talk about the Viptela edge router, we have some models. We have the VS thousands, we have VS 2000, we have 5000s. These are the different models, and they have different kind of the technical specification about what kind of the gig port you are going to get here. Means 8 gig SAP port we are going to get here. Also 4 fixed SAP GSAP port, two pluggable interface module, right? Where you can just plug the interfaces there. TPM chip, 4G, 5G via USB, Ethernet connection, security, dual power supply. So these are the technical specification about the box, about the device. If you are going to purchase 2000, it's a high capacity. It's 1000 is a high capacity, 5000 is the more high capacity. If you are going to purchase even VH100, they are the again low capacity device, right? Different models we have. So this is how you can use the vEdge routers, and it can be physical routers. Whatever the model you are here seeing here, 5000 is not there, but you are going to find 5000 router also available. But at the same time, if I want to use the vEdge as a cloud, this is also possible. I can use the vEdge as a cloud, and this can be deployed on the on-premises and also in the hosted environment that is based on the cloud, could be the AWS, Azure. So both scenario it is possible. So in our lab, again, entire infrastructures, whatever we have deployed, the controllers also going to stay in the cloud. Not a cloud means the cloud environment in terms of the private cloud, where my on ASXi server is hosting these all controllers. At the same time, these VAs are not a physical box, they are the virtual box with the same capacity, same capabilities, what the physical box can do that. And also my cEdge is also in the virtual environment. So everything in the virtualization in our environment to just do the lab and all. But they are going to give the exact same flavor, same feature, what your physical devices can do that. Same set of the command you are going to run here. Same set of a discussion you're going to do in terms of the troubleshooting, in terms of the configuration. Everything is going to be same. Nothing is going to be changed here. Okay. So this is
Vishal, one thing, like, can I use ISR 4331 as a vEdge router by applying the image as SDWAN image on that?
that we have to check. I believe that is not supported. Only we can deploy the CSR in the virtualization. ISR virtual image, I don't think it is going to support in the SDWAN solution. Here we are
Uh,
using the CSR device. I have to check
okay.
because I
Hmm.
never check that ASR, ISR because they come with a physical box. So I have the Cisco iOS, they have the KVM or my QCOW image available or not. If image is available, then can be doable. If not, then we can't do anything.
I think image is available 17.09. I think that is a SD-WAN image for these routers.
That image is available. That is a bin file. That is the package file. There's two type of files. Okay. So bin and package, those images are for the physical box image. For the
Okay.
virtualization, you have to image you KVM image or QCOW2 image. That
No,
is two image.
that is okay. I mean, if a client is using ISR 4331, so I can deploy that one, the
Yes, yes,
physical.
that you can do that. Physical
Okay.
box you have, then you can integrate that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
ISR, I'll show you. I'll show all list of the routers, okay, which are going to support it. So this is how we have deployed everything in the virtualization environment. And now we have this entire, you can see deployment strategy here. Now let's do the technology deep dive. Okay, first we'll understand the component in detail, and then we'll discuss about what is zero trust fabric, fabric operations, segmentation, application, QoS, multi, whatever we discuss on that part. So let me go here where I was. Yeah, this one. So the same thing we have here. So let's doing the deep dive discussion about the orchestration plane. So what is the orchestration plane? Which device is going to use for the orchestration plane? Anyone? Which device is going to use for the orchestration plane?
vBond, sir.
vBond, right? So vBond is basically is developed to work on the orchestration plane. So controllers having a three component, vManage, vBond, and vSmart. And further, entire control plane has been classified in the three planes, that is orchestration plane, management plane, and the control plane. So in the orchestration plane, we have a device that is known as the vBond, and you can call as the validator as well. Both are the same. So either I'm going to do the validator, that is the same, or vBond, it is the same. Nothing is changed. So both validator and vBond having the some responsibilities. So what is that responsibility? So you can see that the first statement, it is written here, orchestration plane is going to orchestrate your control and management plane. What does mean? I'll explain. Also, they are talking first point of the authentication whitelist model. The second line, you can see that. They're talking about distribute list of the vSmart, vManage to all vEdge router. Means it is going to distribute some information to all edge routers which are connected on different branch location. This is going to facilitate NAT reversals. They also set some public IP address, required public IP address just for the NAT and all one-to-one NAT mapping. And they will do that all mapping information and highly resilience. So there are some bullet points here. In short, they have written. But let's understand in the layman language, what is the use of the vBond? So just think in this way. You are one of the employee, might be going to get an offer letter of Wipro company. Okay, just give let take any example: SCL, Wipro, Accenture, whatever company you can think about it, Google, Microsoft. You are going to get an offer letter. So offer letter is going to release by the HR team or might be the onboarding team, whatever team is managing, just to release the offer letter. Once you have the offer letter, you know you are going to join this company and certain team as well. Might be you know the projects as well. Might be you somebody inform you during the joining process. Means the interview process. Yes, you are going to deploy in this XYZ project. Might be it's a some banking project. Might be you are going to join some FMCG project, some healthcare project. Any company can have the multiple project and the project manager allocated for you for the joining purpose because they have done your hiring process to just support that project. So now you have the offer and you have the joining date and you just reach to the office, but because it's your day one and it's your joining day, you cannot directly go and meet your line manager or you can start working on day one. No, you cannot do that. Still, you are the going to be part of the company, you have the valid offer letter, but you have to go on the reception, you have to sit there, you have to make an entry on the reception, and the security or reception person is going to connect with your HR. He or she will going to come and meet you and asks some kind of the documentations. They know you are the right person. They know you are the only person to whom they release the offer, but still they need to verify your documentation. They will check their offer letter, what they release. They check your ID cards, means your driving license, your Aadhaar card, your PAN card. They are going to check your certificates as well. And also they will initiate some background verification. Might be they have done the pre-background verification check as well for you before the joining. So everything is good, but still they will verify each and everything. And once he or she will be going to be happy from you, then they are only going to allow to meet with your line manager, team lead, or might be they are going to introduce your teams, right? In case they are going to find anything suspicious, any documentation not good, your credential not look like what exactly they are expecting, they might be say Tata bye bye. They are not allowing to go inside to the company, and they will even not call your line manager to meet you all. So that is known as the zero trust architecture. Means even I have the right, all kind of the skill set, I am the right person to join the company, but still I am failed to prove my identity. My HR is not allowing to go inside of the company. Same thing is going to happen for this SD-WAN architecture. Just think about this is my router, okay? And this router want to join this SD-WAN fabric, okay? Means he route this want to talk to this router, this want to talk to this router, this router, this router, or might be the controller. So once I plug in the cables on this router, we assign the IP address. So my underlay connectivity is going to be built. What is underlay? What is overlay? We'll discuss in detail. What is underlay and what is the overlay? So underlay connectivity is going to build, but before building the overlay connectivity, he must be reached to vBond, and he must be proof their identity. Hey, I'm coming from this location. I have my own serial number, right? I have my own chassis number. Can you just validate me and allow me to talk to entire fabric? If vBond is going to check their database, and if it is going to find, yes, you are the right person, your serial number, chassis number is matching in my database, your certificate is matching in my database, then only vBond is going to introduce vManage, vSmart, and vEdge routers, right? To just communicate. So the same thing, vBond is the first point of the onboarding of any devices. Without vBond, none of the devices are going to join your SD-WAN fabric. So first point of the authentication means anyone want to join my fabric, they first reach to vBond, who is just going to act as a HR person of the fabric. They will just showcase their documentation. That documentation is your chassis ID, your serial number, certificate. Based on that validation, they will further allow to do the communication to the other devices. Clear to all? What the use case of the vBond? Everyone clear?
Yeah, got
Yes,
it.
sir, clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Understand.
Now it is just do the orchestration for the management and control plane. Why it is orchestrations? Because being the first point of the control, it have some kind of the management responsibility to connect to other people, right? Means once you going to the company, HR is the, even they are the small role to just validate document, but they have also some small role to just do the, some kind of the build the relationship between you and your manager, different teams, right? So that's why orchestration plane is also going to play a very vital role here to just manage and control the whatever the new device is going to come and start building the relation between some other components. So that's why they called as a orchestrate control and management plane traffic to just validate or introduce to the different component. Third one, they are talking about distribute the vSmart and vManage list to all vEdge routers. So if my vEdge router is going to join on my new fabric, first it will go to the vBond. Once it will authenticate to vBond, he will also share him about what is my vManage and what is my vSmart, which is going to further manage your routings and all your configuration part. So they will give the information. vBond is also responsible. Once validate, they will introduce your manager, and also vSmart, you can think about the TLs, right? So manager and TL, they are going to introduce. So they are going to just give the real-time work. The fourth, it is also responsible to do some NAT concept. So in SD-WAN, also we required some NAT, right? So we have the different NATs, right? So if I want to do NAT, so who is going to maintain the NAT table? So vSmart is going to maintain the NAT table, right? That's why it's known as the Stern server as well. I'll discuss in the separate session what is the Stern server and how the NAT is going to be done on basis of that by using this Stern protocol. So that you have to remember, this is going to act as a Stern server, which is going to maintain all your NAT mapping. So that is a one more feature having the vSmart. So key feature, they are the first point authentication. They will share the your vManage or vSmart detail to vEdge once authentication has been done. And third feature, they maintain the NAT entry for any kind of the NAT communication is going to happen, like private to public IP translation is going to happen, then it is going to always maintain on the NAT server. That is known as a stun. So we'll discuss in detail what is a stun in later stage.
Vishal, so this, I mean, this net details. So it will be in a vBond or it will be in a vSmart. I mean, all the details.
It's in the vBond. NAT is always going to maintain on the vBond.
So the Stern server will be in the vBond,
vBond.
correct? vBond. Okay.
vBond, not vSmart.
Okay.
Every NAT related information, if any NAT is going to happen in the fabric, your
Mm-hmm.
vBond is going to act as a stun server to maintain the NAT table entry.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
And highly resilience means if I have the one vBond, I should always having a risk. If one vBond is going to be down, probably I'm going to lose my all connectivity, right? So better I can use two vBond. One is going to be active, another is going to be in passive, or might be some devices are active for the one vBond, some devices is going to be passive for the another vBond. And then basis of that, they can just, any case of the any failure is going to happen. So auto failover is going to happen. So that's why it's a highly resiliency is also going to require. So in our lab, we are just going to use in the one single single vSmart because it's a very high resources is going to use. So we are not using the resiliency here for the vBond controller level, but branch level we have. So because we're in the lab, but if I want to deploy two, I can deploy two. One is going to act as a primary, one is going to act as a secondary. So I hope everyone understand about the vBond roles and responsibility. Any questions here in the vBond, or shall I move to the next controller? Please guys, tell me if you have any questions.
Yeah, Vishal, you can like go on.
Okay. Guys, keep giving a thumbs up. So I can see a lot of people are here, but all are silent. So at least give me thumbs up so I can know at least you guys are understanding each and everything. So
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
yeah. So now the next concept we have is the Cisco SD-WAN that is known as the management plane. So what is the device which is going to use in the management plane?
vManager, yeah, manager, you can say.
Yes, so vManage or manager, right? So either of the device, the same device, vManager or manager, they are going to use as a management plane. So now we have to understand what is my management plane. Okay, what is my management plane and why we use the management plane. So if I read again this management plane, you can see here, it is written here. It's a single pane of glass for day 0, day 1, day 2 operation. Multi-tenant with web scale, centralized provisioning, policy and template. Very short it is written, but I'll explain in very detail. Troubleshooting and monitoring, software upgradations, GUI with rollback access, RBAC. We have the programmatic interfaces, REST API, netconf, highly resilience. So they have some bullet point again, more bullet points if you compare with the vBond. So one of the most powerful tool after vBond, it's a vManage. Because without vManage, you can't do anything on the Cisco SD-WAN fabric. Even you want to configure the vBond, your vManage must be there. Because vManage is, you can see, it's using to build your day zero configuration. Day zero means if you want to start doing your SD-WAN configuration, the first thing you have to do with the vManage. So it's a single pane of glass. What does mean single pane of glass? Single pane of glass, that means your vManage is going to act as a one of the dashboard, one of the like server, or might be your web UI or centralized dashboard. By sitting on this vManage, you can do entire fabric operation for the day 0, day 1 and day 2. So we'll see how the vManage dashboard is going to. Right now lab is off, I'll do the lab on, but if I just show you vManage, so your dashboard is going to look like in this way. Let me show you. Yeah. So your dashboard is going to look like in this way. You can see. So this is how your dashboard is going to look like. We'll show you how your real-time dashboard is going to look like. So we are going to see the dashboard. We are going to find the vSmart, vEdge, vManage, control plane, full connectivity, data plane, everything. And we'll see this kind of dashboard configuration, monitoring and all. So we'll see that all. It's available in our lab also. But right now, I didn't want to on the lab. I want to do from the very zero level of the configuration. So we'll see how it is going to happen. So my day zero configuration is going to be start from the vManage. They also support the multi-tenancy. Anyone know what is a multi-tenant? You know, guys, what is a multi-tenant? Single tenant, multi-tenant.
Multi-talent, I mean, it will support like multi something.
Any examples? Just anyone and everyone understand what is a multi-tenant, a single tenant. What does mean tenant? If you just understand in the layman language, what is tenant?
Tenant, like maybe like branch offices or something, like multiple branch offices managed by a single, I mean, single.
No, I'm just trying to just understand the meaning of tenant, right? In just normal language. If I say, just give me a definition of tenant. So what mean tenant?
Tenant, I like layman Hindi word, you can say kirayadar or something.
Yes.
Yes, we can use vManage to multiple customers. Like
So we call as the kirayadar, right? Who's going to rent my house, and that is a tenant for me, right? It's
Correct.
like, so I believe everyone just being a kirayadar for different city, because we come from a different location, not having the always on house in the new city. So always go to just buy something on the rent and we become the tenant, right?
टेनेंट सर टेक्निकल टर्म्स में ये होगा ना कि जैसे लाइक द कॉन्सेप्ट वी आर
Yeah,
जैसे
that
मतलब
will
वर्चुअली
be
मैं
the
डिवाइड
technical
कर
term.
सकता
But
हूँ
I just want to bring the from the very scratch. Sakir, you are right. That's a VRF, the virtualizations, separation, some spaces and all. But yes, this is like tenant is something like something I'm going to bring on the like on rent. So let's think about just I want to give the illusions how you're going to understand the tenant part. So multi-tenant, just think about you are going to stay one of the city and you are alone, right? And you are just going to take one of the room, right? And this is the room, right? So you have to pay the rent for this particular room might be 15,000, right? But your entire room is going to be occupied by you. So what the best feature you are going to get when you are going to occupy the entire room? So best feature, your privacy, right? Your privacy will be intact. You can always do whatever do inside of the room. Nobody is going to disturb you, right? Your security also going to be there, because whatever the clothing, your gadgets, whatever going to put inside the rooms, it is going to be always in very safe and secure, right? You have the luxury if you want to bring your guest, right? So that guest also can stay with you, your family can stay with you, nobody is going to disturb you, right? One thing is problem, your cost would be high. Other features also, but cost would be high. This is the only problem, right? Right? Issue with this entire room setup. But now let me make the situation in this way. I just split this room into 4 parts. So I'm going to say this is shared with 1, this is shared with 2, this is shared with 3, this is shared with, so total 4 bed I have put it, single gate, single room. And now I'm going to say you have to pay just 5,000 to me, 5,000 to me, right? And you also pay 5,000 to me, you also pay 500 to me. So your rent is going to be very less, right? You're just paying 5,000. So you're saving 10,000 here, right? You are going to save 10,000 per month. Your saving is going to happen. But what problem is going to be happen here? Because it's a shared room, we don't have dedicated wall and all. So your privacy is going to be compromised, your security is going to be compromised, and you don't have the luxury to bring your guest and all. So earlier your situation was one tenant, right? Means you are the one tenant of the entire house, and you are just utilizing the all feature with the full luxury without any security breach and all. But now you are sharing your room with the multiple tenant. So that means your security privacy also like little bit compromised, but you are saving the cost. Similar thing in the SD-WAN. In SD-WAN, if you are going to purchase the vManage, just think about if I'm going to use entire vManage instance, right? So I have the full privacy, I have the full security, I have the whatever I want to do that, I can do that, but cost would be the high. But if I'm going to tell to Cisco, no, I just want to use the one instance of this vManage. So they will give the shared vManage, and where one tenant they are going to be used as a use. So still you are the virtually going to be isolated from the other tenant, but there will be high chance might be the security breach is going to be happen, right? Because you are in the shared media. In shared media, always a little bit having some kind of the risk associated with the shared media. So some customer want to just save the cost, so they go with the multi-tenant architecture. Some customer want like the no, I'm ready to pay high cost, so they just go with a single tenant. So that's why they are talking about the multi-tenant web scale. Means if I want to even one vManage distribute with the multiple customer, this is possible and I can do that. Absolutely, it is fine. Okay. So you guys understand about the multi-tenant? Any questions?
Yeah, Vishal, but
No,
you
sir.
know,
Go
distribute
ahead.
the vManage, so will you get any issues? Like,
Sorry, Sabir. Last I didn't.
you are saying like you will so multi-tenant is option, like we can distribute that vManage with other customers, correct?
Right,
So
right.
in this case, will they face any issues like with in terms of operations?
I didn't get your last point. I'm not getting. In terms of
I'm
what?
saying in terms of operations, will the customers get any issues when
No,
the
no issue, no issue. Even you're not going to realize anything. You have given the very right examples. Let's think about, we have the Cisco router, right? Cisco
okay,
router, if I'm going to use the global routing, so entire resource is going to be used by the one customer, right? But if I use the VRF, I just create 3 VRFs. So my routing table has been separated with a different VRF. So I
yeah,
can use the connect with a different customer, the same router. So will they create any problem? The answer is no. It is not going to create any problem. Make sense?
yes, makes sense, makes sense.
So it is not going to create any problem, and this is going to work for absolutely fine. Similar way it is going to happen here.
So Vishal, like if I am going to purchase, I mean, like a multi-tenant, this one, so there might be some like subscription for from the Cisco, correct? Uh, for the to purchase, I mean, a single instant for
Yeah, when you go into purchase a solution, they will ask you want to use entire vManage for your company or
Okay.
you want to shared basis. So based on that, your cost is going to vary.
Okay, so it depends on the like the branches I do have, okay, multiple branches or the deployment part, correct?
Right, right. Or you can just think in this way. Let's suppose you purchase the entire whole tenant, right? So let's suppose I take in this room, okay? Entire room.
Hmm.
So now I'm paying the 15,000 to the my owner.
Okay.
I just bring 3 more friends here, right? So I can staying here as a free. This is an example, right? So in the same way, I just purchase this. I'm let's suppose service provider. I'm the some kind of the like data center providers, and I want to integrate the multiple SD-WAN solution to different customers. So I can just segregate the same vManage to the different customer to make the connectivity to my own data center or my internal network, right?
Okay.
So it can be also doable. So the feature is available. I can use in the I can use as per my need, as per my whatever scenario is going to arise based on the requirement. But yes, the multi-tenancy is available. I can just distribute this vManage in a multiple part, and I can use for a different purpose.
Okay, got it, got it.
Now moving next, we have the centralized provisioning. So what does mean centralized provisioning? Centralized provisioning means anything you want to do the configuration, right? Any configuration, even you want to do day 0 configuration, day 1 configuration, or day 100, 200, 300, or might be 10-year day configuration if your SD-WAN is running. All configuration provisioning is going to happen via the vManage only. No other device is there to do the configuration. We can do either CLI, but that is not our ideal case. So always we have to done the configuration via the vManage. So vManage is one device from where I can go, I can sit, and I can do all the configuration. Clear? So centralized management is something, centralized provisioning is something. By sitting on the vManage, I can do my all configuration. We have to do policy and template creations. So what is the policy? Just think about BGP route manipulation, OSPF route manipulation, EIGRP route manipulations. How it happened based on the protocols, right? Whatever protocol you are going to use, based on that protocol, they are going to use the intelligence of the protocol. And after using the intelligence of the protocol, they are going to just redistribute, blocking the route, advertising the route, adding some attribute, manipulating some kind of the local preference, AS path preference, a lot of things you can do that. Same thing, policy is something by leveraging the policy, you can do the traffic engineering, right? You can do the traffic engineering, means you can just do the manipulation of the traffic based on your intent. So all policy creations means configuration of policy is always going to happen on the vManage. And also template is something, any configurations similar to the provisioning means I want to do BGP configuration, OSPF configuration, ACL configuration, any SNMP configuration, any interface configuration, that always going to happen via the template. And by using that template, we'll do the configuration. We'll see how the policy and template is going to be happen in very detail. We have the more than 5 to 10 hour session on these topics, even more than that. So we'll see how this all is going to be happen. Troubleshooting and monitoring. Everything I want to do that, I will use this particular vManage to do troubleshooting and monitoring. I want to upgrade my hardware of this particular device. That is also going to happen with means software upgradations, not hardware. So that is also going to happen with my vManage only. Just go on the single click and do all software upgradations. That is absolutely is going to work and it is going to be fine for you. You have the GUI access with the rollback access, means a role-based access, that is also going to define, means I am the L1, L2, L3. So I want to define different role to just, restrict your actions. That is also possible, and based on that, I can do some kind of the manipulations for the just accessing the users to the vManage or doing the configuration. We'll see how it is going to be happen. So role based on the L1, L2, L3, it is going to define on the vManage only. I want to do any like integration for the REST API, netconf for the programming interface configuration. That is also happen from the vManage only. We can do that also. It is also going to be highly resilient. Means one vManage is going to be down, another is going to take over. So this is also going to help me in terms of the any failover is going to be required in my network. So clear any question on the vManage, any specific point you not understand here. So I can just make you understand again. In the vManage, what is the key responsibility of the vManage? Or everyone is okay?
Hello.
Yes, sir. बताइए.
No, sure. Earlier you were talking about the tenancy, multi-tenancy. Actually, due to technical reason, I could not ask the question then. Could you just clear out that what the difference it will make that when we go for multi-tenancy, any performance or anything would be compromised, or what the difference it will cause otherwise, as someone else also asked. Just to be more specific on that.
Yeah, so that's a good question, sir. Thank you. So if we talk about the multi-tenancy, right? So the first thing, performance is not going to be degraded, right? More specific in a multi-tenancy, if I talk about, performance is not going to degrade it because nowadays the way hardware has been designed and then further based on the hardware, resources has been allocated to the your instance. Let's suppose I just want to give in this example. So this is my server, right? This server having kind of 500 GB RAM, okay? And also they have the hard drive could be 2 terabyte, 2 TB. And let's suppose I can put the vCPU. I can put, let's suppose, how many vCPUs? Let's take 200 vCPU. Okay, 200 vCPUs. And now I'm going to say that I'm going to deploy the vManage here. So let's suppose this is the vManage. And this vManage, by default, if you're going to purchase the vManage, let me see the resources of the vManage, okay? So if G, let me go and show you how one vManage is going to use to just normal deployment. 16 GB RAM is going to be required. Let me go here for the vCPU and all. Cisco SDWAN. Cisco SDWAN. Where is Cisco SDWAN? It's a CSR. Cartless. Yeah. Yeah, this one. So if you see that in a single vManage, if I'm going to deploy that, it is going to require 4 vCPU, okay, and 16 GB RAM, okay, and they are going to require 2 interface to connect that. Hardware is going to be, the drive is going to be 100 GB, okay, it is going to be required. 100 GB drive is going to require. So even I want to run minimum one customer with the one vManage, that much resources is going to require. So Cisco, right, might we have the thousands of the customer, or might be 2,000 a customer, or more than 10,000 customer, or might be 1 lakh of the customer. So there is one way for the every customer, they go and deploy such kind of the minimum resources. That is a minimum, okay? That much you must have to deploy. Or might be they can build a very high server, and after building the high server, they can put 2 terabyte hard drive, right? And they put 500 GB RAMs, and also they put 200 vCPU. So if you just divide this all resources, right? So one time they have to invest on the server, and if you divide 500 by how many? 16 GB RAM. So I don't know how much it is going to come. Let me do that division.
Vishal, one thing, if in case my branches are increasing, okay, I mean the vEdge, the branches are increasing, and I need to deploy those branches also. So can I extend these
No. You
CPU?
don't have to worry about that. Is a different concept. That is a different concept. How many vManage can handle the vEdge router? That is a different story. Okay.
Okay.
But we are talking the ideal scenario, how the multi-tenancy is going to work and how this can be, create the problem for the latency and all.
Mhm.
You're talking something, how many branches can support on the single vManage? That is a different story.
But still the routing part and netting part will be done in this vManage, correct? And
No. Hold. Misconception. I didn't tell that routing is done by the vManage. I told all configuration is going to be done by the vManage. Routing have been something different, not managed with vManage. So I'm going to talk, right? If I divide by 16, so minimum 312 customer is going to be there, right? And 2 terabyte, if you divide by this, so hard drive is going to be almost 2 terabytes. So 200 customer is going to be there here also. And vCPU is 4, so 50 customer are going to be allocated here. So minimum we can integrate with the 50 customer with this resources without any issue. So if some customer is coming to me and going to say that, hey, I want to use my multi-tenant vManage instance. So Cisco just deployed one-time hardware, and based on the hardware, they are going to take, okay, you can take the multi-tenant architecture, and they will exactly give you the right resources. Means if you are the one tenant, minimum 16 GB RAM is going to give to you. Okay. 4 vCPU is going to be give to you, right? And minimum 100 hard drive space is also going to give to you. But this is from the shared your server location. So this cost is going to be $100 per month. Just take an example of $1,000 per month, right? So you are going to get direct subscription from the multi-tenant, right? But if I am going to say Cisco, no, I don't want to use this solution. You deployed something new server to me, and this server is very private. I don't want to use. So they will again deploy. They will ask you how much RAM do you want, how much vCPU you want, how much you want to like hard drive. So let's say suppose I am the customer and I have two region. Okay, and one region I want to use. Let's suppose I want to deploy this vManage here, and I want to split this vManage. I want to use the left side for the might be the APAC region, and right side might be I want to use for the US region. But this is my vManage, okay? But I just defined the tenancy. So I can use one vBond in this region, one vBond in this region, right? Means integration part. One vManage in this region, one vManage in this region. Means the integration is going to happen, and these are the tenant 1, tenant 2. So performance is going to be always same because we have the right resource. There is no problem with the performance is going to be happen. But only problem, this only tenant is going to belong to your organization. So security privacy is going to be very high, and your cost is also going to be very high. So might be it's a 1,000 USD for this one, and here you have to pay 2,000 USD per month for the subscriptions. You got it, sir? Understand? So performance is never going to be compromised. Only your security and cost is going to make a factor here.
Okay, means it is preferable for the organizations of a big stature. They should have the server of their own to seeing the security and all the aspects.
Right.
Okay. And I mean, like you explained this way that we have different segregation of the regioning, and so this could be implemented for DR and all those things that can be configured, DR sites, and we can configure through this concept.
So can you say a little bit more specific? What are the DR sites? Means you are talking about
So
DR means controller DR or data center DR or any
like
branch?
data center, we have that disaster recovery sites and all those. We can have a replica of one region in at one location, and copy of the same for the recovery part. Recovery means safety of the data that we
I
have
understood.
disaster recovery.
So if we have the DC and DR, right?
Yeah.
So first thing, DC DR is your data center. Data center doesn't require the controller. Okay. Data center, let's suppose this is my data center site, right?
Mhm.
So this doesn't have any controller. So let's suppose this is my DR side, DC. This is DC, and let's suppose I am going to make this is DR, right? So they don't require the controller, first of all, right?
Okay.
Data center always required the Vmanage routers. Okay. Controller is always going to be different place. So I have the one place DC controller. Let's suppose we can put in this way. This is my DC control plane, and I can make another control plane that is a DR control plane. Okay.
Okay.
So I have to deploy 3 controller in here and 3 controller here also. Okay. So here also vManage, vSmart and vBond. So let's suppose this branch is doing the communication with this controller as a primary, and this whole controller goes down. So they will register to this controller. So this scenario is going to happen for the DCDR controller in terms of the branch level. And if you talk about data center, pure data center backup, copying data, so we have the different architecture, native architectures where my one DC location is there, another DR location is there. So my whole data is going to be stay in this particular location, and DR is going to be as a backup. If this data center is going to down, my traffic is moved to my this DR location where my all data server is going to be hosted. So we have to think in this point where controller having their all data center and DR recovery kind of the structure, and data center actually is something else. But there is a way. Let's suppose you are going to host your own controller, right? You are not hosting the controller based controller, right? Means controller based means the cloud based. Then how it is going to happen? So still I can deploy my all controller in this data center. Means I can deploy these 3 controller in my data centers. They are going to connect with this my circuits. We have to make the connectivity. So my data center branch locations means data center connectivity to the branch location, and my controller is going to stay in the one location. And similar, I have to bring the DR also, where I have to bring my controller. So this is this deployment known as the on-prem controller, which is not recommended in the productions. In productions, most of the customer, 99% customer is going to use the Cisco like cloud-based solution. Means they just take the service subscription from Cisco from their deployment, and they just do the integration to their branch location or DC locations.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome, sir. So let's move to the next step, and we have to discuss about, we done discussion about the management plane, and now we have the idea why. First thing you have to understand, management plane vManage not doing any routing, not doing any switching. It is just responsible to do the configuration, troubleshooting, monitoring, software upgradations, any third-party integration, but no routing is done by the management plane. No routing is done by the vBond. Okay, they have the specific task. So who is the responsible to do the routing? So routing is special engine that is known as the control plane. And which device is going to stay on the control plane?
vSmart, control.
vSmart or controller, right? So if I'm going to say controller, and if I'm going to say the vSmart, this is the device which is responsible to do your all routing and policy distribution, not policy enforcement, you can say, or in policy implementations. So policy configuration I can do on the vManage, right? But actual policy enforcement is done by the control plane, that is a controller, right? And routing is also done by this control plane, that is a vSmart validator. So if I want to do any routing, any policy enforcement, distribution of the policy, implementation of the policy, implement the control plane, data plane policy, service chaining, multi-topology, multi-hop, that all is going to done by the control plane. So facilitate fabric discovery. How it is going to facilitate based on the routings. Dissimulate control plane information between the vEdge router means your route is going to exchange between the different Vmanage routers. So your vSmart is going to do the routing. It is also going to distribute data plane and application aware routing policy to the vEdge routers. Also going to implement control plane policies such as the service chaining, multi-topology and multi-hops. Dramatically reduce the control plane complexity. How it is going to reduce the control plane complexity? Because it's very simplified. They have the one routing protocol that is going to use on the vSmart. That is your OMP. That is an overlay management protocol. So this is the OMP. This is the new routing protocol. It's like not the open standard protocol. It's a Cisco proprietary protocol. That is the OMP, and it is going to work only in the Cisco SD-WAN. It is going to work only in the Cisco SD-WAN, and this protocol is known as the OMP protocol. So if we talk about the AD value of the OMP protocol, so what is the AD value? Anyone know what is the AD value of the OMP protocol?
250 and 251.
What is?
250 and 251.
Yes. So we have 250. If I am running the OMP protocol between the vSmart to the vEdge router, then my AD is 250. And if I am running the OMP protocol between the cEdge and my vSmart, then it is going to be 251. Okay, clear to all? So this is my AD value of the OMP protocol that is going to run here in the entire SD-WAN fabric. Okay, any question in this control plane and means the vSmart, why we use the vSmart, or everyone clear about this?
Answer.
Clear, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last section, then we'll do the lab part in next 30 minutes. So you guys are going to understand at least how the step-by-step configuration is going to happen. At least we try to do the dashboard level access. So the last part is a data plane. Data plane devices is always going to be your Vmanage router. This could be your vEdge router. This could be your cEdge router. It could be any router. And these are the routers which are going to connect your all branch devices, means your core switch, your access switch, any kind of the other kind of the VPN solution. If we have internal third-party connections, you want to do that all is going to done via the Vmanage router. If you want to integrate with the Zscaler, Prisma access, any IPsec tunnel, definitely the not going to require, because IPsec is by default going to be like triggered during the SD-WAN implementation itself. But if I want to use for the any specific IPsec tunnel based on the GRA tunnel, my requirement, even I can do that. And this is possible via the data plane device by using the Cisco vEdge or cEdge router. So you can see this is the Vmanage router, provide the secure data plane with the remote Vmanage routers. So what does mean secure data plane? So whenever you're going to deploy any kind of the Vmanage router and you want to talk to another site, so they are going to securely give the tunnel connectivity between one to another location. So they are going to build a tunnel. This is known as the IPsec tunnel. So any communication is going to happen from this branch to this branch, similar to any branch. It always going to happen via the IPsec tunnel. So that's why all communication is going to be very secure. We'll see how this tunnel is going to build it here. Also, it is going to establish the secure control plane with the vSmart for the routing. So what does means? So any router, they want to build the secure tunnel at the same time, they also build the secure routing connection to just exchange the any routing information from the vSmart. This also bring. So we'll see how it is going to bring and how does mean it is going to happen. So they are going to bring the OMP under the TLS and DTLS tunnel. What is the TLS? What is DTLS? We'll discuss later stage. But just I'm giving the brief and idea. So they are going to bring this OMP, TLS, DTLS, just make the connectivity between the branch location, and then your routing is going to be done. Next, implement the data plane application aware routing policies. What is the application aware routing policy? So guys, it's a very important feature in the Cisco SD-WAN. Whenever we do the any routing always happen based on destination IP. We know that, right? Always routing happen based on the destination IP. Means if I want to do any routing communication, it is always going to happen based on the destination routing. So if I want to basically do any kind of the communication, right? Something Chawla ji sent that AD value. Any specific thing I have to note?
The specific point was that 250 and 251 was the values, and being the unknown, it is coming under which classification? I am just checking out that. So once you are through with it, we can discuss onto it.
Yeah, so let me complete it. So basically, it's unknown is 255, right? Unknown is 255, but it's not mentioned 251 and 250 here. So let me go. OMP, you can just put here Cisco OMP AD value. You just have to check the documentation. So you're going to find that. So let me see. So here you can see the OMP. You can see the first article it's showing that the 250 and 251 is here. And if you go and check these documentations, you are going to find that somewhere here. So AD value is 250. Official document, it is written here, and you just find the Cisco also it is going to give that. So I have the official document. I'll show you somewhere. Okay. But yeah, this is the AD value. It's unknown is 255 definitely, but it's not listed in the AD value definition for the IGP routes what they have written, right? Even you not have the BGP AD value here in this table. You can see 220 and 200 is not showing here. So just IGP AD value is showing as per result. All right.
Okay. Right.
So, okay. So I was talking about routing always happen based on the destination IP address. Always happen based on the destination IP address. So now, if I want to do routing based on the application, facebook.com, Facebook application, right? WhatsApp application, right? YouTube application. Is it possible? In SD-WAN solution, yes, it is possible. You don't have to check the destination IP address. If this destination is, then I have to send my packet with this R1. If my 20 destination, then I send to R2. No, I don't care. I will check my WhatsApp application. I will set the routing via this R1. YouTube application, I will send the R2 by R2 or any other application. So application aware routing is something, it's a great feature in the Cisco SD-WAN or other SD-WAN solution. Based on the applications, you can do the routing. This is a new concept, right? You can also export the statistics of the performance, like how many link utilizations happening on my router, what is my any kind of the top talkers, any kind of the bandwidth utilization, any top application utilizations. If you want to put that, all statistics is going to be exported. And also you can integrate this OMP with the traditional routing protocol. Like if I want to redistribute OMP route in the OSPF, this redistribution is possible. If I want to redistribute OSP into OMPF, this is also possible. Similar OMP to the BGP, this is also possible. OMP to the EIGRP, this is also possible. Means mutual redistribution, route leaking is possible from these all OMP to OSPF. But this is only going to work with the Cisco SD-WAN. No other vendor support OMP. So we'll discuss how redistribution is going to happen for the OMP, BGP, VRRP configuration is going to be happen, how it is going to, everything we will discuss, because in the lab topology, you can see that we have the total 3 links here. And why we use the 3 links? One is going to use for the BGP configuration, one is going to be used for the your OSPF configuration, and one is going to use for the static configuration. So we'll see here I'll run the your OMP routing protocol. In LAN, I'll use the BGP OSPF, then how mutual distribution is going to happen, and then how route is going to reach from one location to another location. That is also we'll understand step by step in this particular module.
So a question.
Yes, Sakir, go ahead, please.
एप्लीकेशन अवेयर राउटिंग में जैसे हम लोग एप्लीकेशन अवेयर राउटिंग हम लोग पॉलिसीज बनाएंगे तो जो मैकेनिज्म चलेगा वो ऑन द बिहाफ ऑफ यूआरएल चलेगा कैसे मतलब कैसे लुक आउट करेगा उस चीज को
So this is not based on the URL, this is based on the pure application. So in the SD-WAN, they have the application engine, okay? And this application, I'll show you how the application, all the list of the application is going to show in the applications. So I will show you how this application of routing is going to work. So your Facebook application is there. Your YouTube application is there, right? Your Teams application is there, right? Your WhatsApp application is there. Your, what else? Instagram, right? Just think about these applications there. So I'm creating a policy and I'm saying that, after creating policy, I'm creating one policy. I'm saying that if traffic is coming from any source, okay, if it want to go on this YouTube application, just I'll give the application name, not destination IP. I will say this traffic will go via this router. If I'm saying if any source traffic coming for the WhatsApp, you go via this router, then it will go via this router. This is how it is going to happen. So you just go define the application instead of the URLs. This application YouTube having the multiple destinations, right? You are going to do NS lookup. You are going to find your something definition. You can just do it right now. Let me do the NS lookup. I don't know NS lookup is going to work on Linux. Let me see. Facebook.com. So you can do that. I'm finding this IP address. 157.240.16.35. Can you check from your end how IP you are finding? Probably it is going to be different because it's different IP. Dynamic IP is going to give that different locations. So if I do the basis of the IP routing, means every location I have to define the all routing to just do the routing for the Facebook. But if I do the based on the application, means any user, any location it is accessing the Facebook, it is always going to be standard architecture via the R1 or R2 to access the application.
And the IP is different, yes.
Yeah, different, right? Everyone is going to get difference because they are the global URL, right? And these global URL having the thousands of IP address. So you cannot do the based on the, like I want to send the traffic for Facebook from this link. It is not possible. You don't know the all IP of the destinations. That's why this application are going to be very helpful.
So we are using the FQDN, correct? No,
FQDN. FQDN is something different thing. Application something different thing. I'll show you. Okay. Just wait. Okay. Application is something different thing. FQDN is something different thing. If you attend my Palo Alto classes, it's very detailed. I explain that. Let me show you. We have the Palo Alto uses also same kind of the concept and FortiGate also. You have the Applepedia, okay? Applepedia Palo Alto. So if you go that, in this Applepedia, you see Palo Alto database having that much Palo Alto is quite very good in the application way. They very good recognize all the application. So you can see 4762 application they are recognized. Not based on the FQDN. So if you're just going to find even the Facebook, they have classified in the multiple application. This is the main URL, but Facebook uploading the one application, downloading another application, file sending another application, shared in another applications. So in Facebook, it's if I block the URL, my entire thing is going to block. Understand? But let's say suppose I want Sakir should use the Facebook, but he cannot do the chat and video game. So I can block these two applications. Still, you are going to use the applications. Means Facebook application you open, but you cannot play the video game in chat. But if I block the URL, you cannot open the Facebook at all. Understand the definition between the application and the URL?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Clear?
yeah, got it.
So that's why it's very important. URL is something very static. You block everything, but application is very dynamic. Based on the requirement, nature, you can block any specific things. Even in the YouTube, if you find that, you are going to get YouTube here. YouTube also like YouTube posting, with live stream, chat, based uploading. I want to block your YouTube uploading. You are the YouTuber. You want to upload some video. I block this YouTube uploading. You never upload any video until in my network. Okay. Rest you can watch the video, do everything, but you cannot upload the video.
Got it.
So similar we have in the SD-WAN, and we can leverage that and we can do that. So that can just integrate with the traditional protocol. They support zero-touch deployment. What is zero-touch deployment? Very unique feature.
Automation, maybe, I mean, without doing manual thing.
Without doing manual thing, you just have one new router, just install in the rack, power on the device, and connect the LAN and wire cable. Router is going to be automatically configured, and the magic is going to happen. Nothing you have to do that. This kind of feature is available here just for zero-touch provisioning. Physical virtual device is going to be available. You can get the 100 MB, 1 gig, 10 gig interface connectivity from this particular device, and they are going to work for you, and they are going to just, meet all the requirement. So this kind of the activity you can do that, and by leveraging this, your what I can say, like Cisco SDWAN data plane devices, and we can do everything whatever we want to do that. Just give me 1 minute. What happened to my mouse? It's not working. Just give me 1 minute, guys. Okay, connected. Okay. So now we are good. So shall we move to the more interesting part, to just a little bit of the configuration next 20 to 30 minutes, if you all allow. Some configuration about the SD-WAN, or you guys want to do tomorrow? Tell me how you want. Okay, let me start some basic configuration. Okay, because we understand the components. So let's see how the day zero lab is going to be configured. So see, the lab is going to be accessible to everyone. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to clone this lab. There is no configuration at all. It's the blank lab. Okay. So in this blank lab, I will do each and every configuration for the control plane. I'll just assign the IP address, basic IP assignment activity, because we have to build the controller. So first thing, we have to build the controller. Without building the controller, we cannot do anything. So we have to see how my controller is going to bring, what is IP schema is going to be look like, how the step-by-step configuration is going to be happen, and then we'll move to the next step. So first you can say this is the PC. I'll start this PC. I'll click on this. It is going to start. You just click on this vManage. It is going to start. You just click on the vBond. It is going to start. You just click on the vSmart. It's going to start. Root CA is there. We discuss what is the use of the root CA. But let me start. Till now, I didn't discuss anything about root CA. But we have the special use of the root CA. And also on this switch. So now my all devices has been on at this control plane. They doesn't have a single line of the configuration. Trust me, in this topology, nothing is configured. We have to do each and every device configuration from the very scratch. So first thing, how I can define the IP address on the PC, why I connected this 2 NIC on this PC. 1 NIC is connecting to the vManage, 1 NIC is connected to the cloud, and vManage have 2 interfaces. One is going via the switch, one is going via this PC. vBond having a single interface, one is going via the switch, right? And vSmart also one interface is going to switch. Root CA also going one to switch. We have some system IP address. We have this IP schema 123.10.10.10/24, 123.10.10.11/24, 123.10.10.12.24, right? And 13.24. And here we have one VLANs that is going to create on the switch. So these are the basic thing. we have to do the configuration, and then we have to understand why I'm using these all kind of the IP schema. What is the use of that? So let me on this PC. Once you on this PC, you are going to get the PC like this. You have to put the PC password. The PC password is 123. Let me write it here. So you guys can write it here. Whenever you just log in the PC, your PC password is going to be 123. Just you have to put 123. Your password is going to be there. So I'll go here and put 123 and click enter. It will ready, little bit take time. You can just double click on the Vmanage. It is also going to be ready. And see, this is the Vmanage. You click on the vBond. It is also going to be ready. Just click. Okay. Click on the vSmart. It is also going to be ready. It's asking for the login username password. Click on the root CA. Just click no. It's normal Cisco router. Click on the DC switch. It is also going to be ready. So first, let me see. So my PC is ready now. I simply go and make the good resolution. How can I make that? I just click on this particular. I'll go in the screen resolutions. And I can just simply set as a which resolution I'll use. Yeah, 1440 to 900. I can simply go and apply that. And keep changes. Okay. Now I'll go and assign the IP address. So this PC have 2 LAN card. So there is a special purpose because this PC required the internet access. So for that internet access, real internet access, I read that NIC should be connected and it will get automatic IP address. So if you see in this PC, if I go in the CMD, and if I check the IP config, one NIC having the IP address 192.168.1.58, right? Another having the APIPA IP address. So if I ping the google.com from this PC, they have the real internet access by using that upper NIC card. See, I'm able to ping the google.com. Means this PC have the real internet. It is going to require for the certification part. So that's why I have done this kind of the arrangement. But another NIC doesn't have the IP address. So you understand why this NIC is available? Because we are in the virtual environment. So this PC required the real internet. So we just put that particular connectivity. It's not related to any SD-WAN configuration. Okay. It's just purely for our requirement, lab requirement. Another interface is going to the vManage, but this interface is just purely to get GUI access of this vManage, right? So this is related to the SD-WAN. So in this section, what we are going to do that, we have the subnet 192.168.10.0. So dot 10 I'm going to assign here and dot 1 is going to assign here from this subnet. And then I'll make the connectivity between these two devices. Okay. So let me assign the IP address 192.168.10.10 on the PC on the interface Ethernet 0. So I will go here and let me click on the properties. Adapter. So see this one having the IP address by default. You can just check the status and detail. This one have the IP address. And this is showing the network. This is the undefined network. That means it doesn't have any IP address. So just go in the property. Here. And put here 192.168.10.10. Subnet mask. Gateway, you can put .1 I'm going to define here. So you can put gateway .1 or might be even not going to put gateway. It is not going to make any sense. Means they're going to stay in the same broadcast. So not going to make any difference, but you can just put gateway, no problem. So done. Okay. So my PC now have the another interface also have the IP address. See, 192.168.10.10. Earlier, it was assigned a DHCP 1.58. So this is for the pure internet, and this is for the SD-WAN connectivity. Now, let me go on the vManage. So vManage, once you go that, you have to start doing the CLI configuration. So first thing you have to put here, your username. That username is going to be your admin as a username. And password is also going to be admin. So username and password, it is always going to admin for the vSmart, vBond, vManage, all devices, even the vEdge as well. So let me go here and put the username as an admin, password as an admin. So once I am putting the password, it is asking you must set an initial admin password. Means you have to change the password for the security region. So you can change any password, but I will put just admin again and admin again. So I will just set the admin. Now, once we done with this username password setup, now they are asking in vManage, we have two storage hard disks available in this vManage. One is 100 GB, one is the 3 GB. So which hard disk you want to use? So I told you for the SD-WAN, we have to use for the vManage minimum 100 GB of hard disk for the one instance. So definitely if I'm going to use 3 GB hard disk, it is not going to work for me. So I will use the hard disk that is 100 GB. So I will select one, that is the VBD. So VDB, right? So I'll select one and I'll click OK. Then it is asking, would you like to format this hard disk? I say yes. So the hard disk is going to be formatted and brand new hard disk is going to be allocated for my vManage for the further configuration. So just wait for a while and we'll see the next step. So it's writing the super logs, doing some kind of the daemons lookup, and it is rebooting and it will come up very shortly. So now see, the boot has been done and it is prompting for the username and password again. So if I go here and try to put username and password, so I'll put admin and admin again, it will throw an error, system initializing, please wait to log in. So we just have to wait for a few minutes until we have the prompt, your system is ready to use. So after some time, it will show you the prompt, your system has been fully ready to use, because once you just do any kind of reboot or iOS upgradations, it will auto reboot, or might be you are just going to format, it will just do the entire, daemon process to just syncing the all database and all, just take time. So you can see now it's saying system is ready. So now if I'm system is ready, then I'll put the credential, it will take the credential and my credential will start working. So now we are good. Okay. Once they are good, if I run the configuration, show run means I want to show the configuration, show running config. If you run the command, you are going to get this configuration. It's a very less configuration available in this device. What is the configuration? Probably it is different than normal Cisco router and switches configuration. You can see we have some setup the configuration where they are talking system configuration. We have some user configuration. See, these are the user configuration. We have some logging configuration. We have some VPN configuration, VPN 0, we have a VPN 512 configuration. But even we don't know where is the interface configuration. If you run the command even to see the interface, how can run the command? Let me show you, show interface all. or you can run the command show interface. Let me VPNs, we don't have any, right? So you're just showing the ETH. Let me run the command. So you can see this is showing the interface just for the VPN 0. Let me put the table format. See, so this is a table format. So we just have the two interfaces here, and V is the Ethernet 0 and Ethernet 1. So you can see we have the Ethernet 0 and Ethernet 1. So Ethernet 1 is going to connect to the PC and Ethernet 0 is going to connect on the switch. So I'll simply say my Ethernet 0 is showing up, but Ethernet 1 is showing down because switch is always going to show Ethernet connection as up, but there is no IP address has been assigned. So how can I assign the IP address? First thing. So if I go on the interface and try to do the assignment of the IP address, it will not going to take any IP address. So if I go here configuration T, and if I run the command interface, see this command is not working to just go on the interface. So I'm not able to go on the interface Ethernet 1 to do the IP assignment because 1 is connected here. So if I'm trying to do, you cannot do that. So why I cannot do that? So here is one concept, special concept, that is my VPN concept. So anything I want to do that configuration, the VPN has been classified as VPN 0, the VPN 512, and then we have the VPN 12511 or 5132 65563 or 65. I can put XXX. I'll tell the exact number how it is going to happen. You just find the here number. Let me show you. So this is number 65527. Okay, so let me write here 65527. So this is my extended number. Okay. So what is the key concept here? So the key concept, VPN 0 is always going to use for the WAN connectivity. Okay. VPN 512 is always going to use for the management connectivity. VPN 12511 12511 or 51326527 is used for your LAN connectivity. And this is known as your service VPN. This is known as your management VPN. And this is known as your transport VPN. Is it clear, everyone? 3 VPN. We'll discuss detailed way why this VPN are very important and why it is going to use for the WAN, LAN and management. But for time being, you okay? At least you know we have to use 3 VPNs, and VPN is similar to the VRF. Similar to the VRF, or you can just think about exact it's a VRF functionality is going to give here with little bit more feature. So if I want to take the management of this vManage from this PC, so I want to take the management, means I want to log in this vManage from this PC. So I have to use the management VPN to just take the management, because any interface you are going to configure, any interface directly you cannot configure. Interface either going to VPN 0, either VPN 512, that is a management, or either VPN means VPN 12511 or VPN 5132655527. Either of the number has to be defined first, and then you can go and do the interface configuration. So right now I want to do the management configuration of this PC to vManage. So I will use the management VPN, that is a VPN 512. And under VPN 512, I will configure the interface, that is my ETH 0 by 1, right? or ETH1, sorry. So let me go here. I'll go in the VPN 512. I cannot do the right interface configuration. So I'll go here and put the VPN 512. And I'll put the description here. It's a MGMT VPN. MGMT, not this taking description, describe, display the transparent command information. Okay, something this is different. Okay, I have to go on the interface first. So I'll go on the interface, and my interface is here. My interface is ETH1. And let me see, I have the description here or not. I want to put description. Description is not showing. Why it's not showing? Yeah, we have a description here. See? So descriptions I can put as the MGMT VPN. And then I can put the IP address 192.168.10.1/24. So if you want to what the configuration I have done on this interface, you can run the command show configuration. So it will show under the VPN 512, I created one interface, and under interface, I put the description, and under description, I can put this IP address, but still this is showing the shutdown. So I have to put no shutdown, else it will never come up. So let me show again configuration. Now it has become the no shut. So my configuration is good. Once I have done this configuration, guys, we have to do the commit. If I am not doing the commit, my configuration is not going to be happen. Okay, so I have to do the commit, then only my configuration is going to be happen, and then only I am able to do the next step. So let me do the commit here, and after commit, my job has been done. So let's give me 1 minute, guys. So let me show here, show run configuration. You are going to see this is my configuration. So if I want to ping from PC to this vManage IP address, let me see if I'm able to ping or not. So if I just simply go here, because I have done the configuration, I will ping the IP address 192.168.10.1. So see, I'm able to ping now. So now I have the reachability from my PC to vManage. So let me go on the browser and take the GUI access of this particular PC. So I'll go in the GUI access, means the browser, and I'll just go and put the HTTPS and 192.168.10.1, and it is trying to establish the connection.
सर्विसेज शायद आपने चलाई नहीं कहा
हाँ,
इंटरफेस पे सर्विसेज वाली कमांड नहीं चलाई शायद
नहीं, that is not going to require services. Services is not going to require. It's just for the management interface. So by default, all services is going to be allowed. There is another thing. Let me see. So no, that is the request NMS. Request NMS all status. So database is running, everything is running. So all good here. My all NMS services is running here. 8443. It should be come up automatically without any issue. It should be login because we have the reachability. I need to restart the services. This is the NMS services I need to restart, I believe. The rest everything is fine. No other services is going to be required here. So let me do one thing. I will just restart the NMS services. It's a vManage issue, like this the dashboard NMS issue. So what I will do that I'll run this command. So request, and I will just stop the services. So all services is going to be stopped. NMS1, I'll restart the services. Then it will start working. So it is just stopping one by one all services. Then we'll start the all services again. Once the stop is going to happen. So now it's done. Let me restart the NMS again. So NMS is going to restart again. Once NMS is going to start, we'll try to again log in. It will definitely get login. Sometime it's happened in the VM NMS not work correctly. This is the first time happening in here. Ideally it's work, or might be it will sync in little bit 1 or 2 minutes. We done weekly just testing and all. So we just restarted. So it will again stop and start the NMS. So you can see they stopped first again and is starting again NMS for the database, application server, messaging server. So now it's done. Let me check the status. So it's the waiting state, see? So NMS application server is a waiting. It should be running a state. Then only we can try the GUI access. So just wait for a while. Now it's in running state, okay? So it will take 1 or 2 minutes and then it will be okay to, start working. So all good. Let me check it here. Now it's running. So let me go in the window again. It's a pinging. And let me try again. So it will take 2 to 4 minutes to just get working. Once we log in this NMS, we'll close this session here because I don't want to cover the other topic because it's going to take a longer time. If I just start explaining the entire whole plane, making the internal switching concept and the assigning the IP for the transport VPN 0 and all. So tomorrow, don't miss the class, guys. Everyone joined, right? Everyone join, and then after we'll see how this LAN part is going to be configured inside the controller, which is technically WAN part, WAN transport. And also we try to do some kind of the certification part with the root CA. That is also very important because these are the actual brain, and brain have the most complexity in terms of the configuration, because they are the one who is just going to manage entire fabric. So we have to make sure how the step-by-step configuration is going to be happen. And most important, we have to do everything via the lab guide. So let me show you how the lab guide is going to look like. So if I go here and you can see, where is my training? Yeah, so we have to do all lab guide step by step. Let's suppose I want to do the vManage configuration. So let me go here and show you. So we have to do some system configuration. We have to do some VPN 0 configuration. We have to do routing. We have to do some certifications, how the certification is going to be happen. Then we have to download the certificate from the means to vManage from the not vManage, from the root CA to vManage. Sorry for that. Yep. So we just have to do that certification also. And also we have to bring that all configuration, how the certification is going to done, right? And also from the root CA certification, how it is going to copy paste, what is the use of the root CA. So this is the most complex thing. And finally, we have to install the certificate, and then everything is going to good. So this all is going to happen for a different device. And we have to make sure that need to be, going to be done to just onboard this entire control plane devices.
So Vishal, tomorrow on the same link we can join the session, correct?
The link will be shared. Tomorrow is only temporary link. From next week onward, the permanent link is there.
Okay.
Hey Vishal, a quick question, so something
Hmm.
regarding to lab. So how many users can access it? Like, its lab is individual for everyone, or we're using, same lab?
I'm coming on the lab part. Let me see whether
Yeah,
this.
because,
Yeah, definitely. Lab, there is no issue with the lab. Okay. Lab can be accessed from the multiple users at the same time. We have the good capacity of the lab.
uh, we can access the lab, but the main important thing is that are we create new lab or we can only modify the lab?
You can even create the new lab, but I have to understand why you need to create the new lab, because this is the lab
It's not.
topology. Okay, this is a lab topology, right? In this lab topology, nothing is configured. This topology is there. Okay,
Yeah.
understand? This is just a topology we have, nothing more than that topology, right? So entire, even you are going to create a new lab, you require the controller, right?
Yeah.
You require the branch, you require this to transport. Make sense?
Yes,
You
sir.
require this cEdge router as well, you require DC as well. So you have to create this all, right, from scratch.
Yes.
So why you are going to create the lab if something is already created, because it's going to waste your time, right? And this lab exactly same thing is available. So you just have to do the configuration for this transport, how the configuration is going to happen. You have to know how the traffic manipulation is going to be happen. You have to know how the controller is going to build. But if you have the special topology, you want to create your own topology, let me know. There is no problem. You will get the access to just create that. But I don't think it is going to require. One of the complex situation in topology available here. None of the training company is offering such kind of the branch. They only offering 2 branch or 1 branch, okay? Or 1 data
Yes.
center. Not more than that. But we have how many branch? 1, 2, 3, 4 branch with 1 data center with the firewall integration, with the control plane, with the dual transport. So I think whatever you want to do in this lab, single transport, dual transport, firewall feature, that everything is possible. So technically not required, but still you have any special requirement, please let me know. You're most welcome. You can get an access to create the labs. Okay.
Good.
So now we have the access. You can see, I'll simply go here. Let me add exception, confirm. So still this is not ready. 404 error I'm getting. It's take a little bit time. After some time, it will definitely ready. So it will take 2-3 minutes more, and then your firewall is going to ready. So now if I just click on here, see, so we are getting 404 error, means still my vManage is sync process. GUI access will take 8 to 10 minute time to just complete all syncing process. Then it will be accessible. So we just have to wait. Even my NMS is running, but we just have to patiently wait 10 to 12 minutes, then it is going to work. So we are good till here.
Vishal, can we do have those documents also, the PDF document
Yeah,
defined?
definitely. That PDF document is always there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that is going to be available without any issue. So now you can see, now we are in the Cisco vManage dashboard. Finally, it take a little bit of time, almost 10 minutes we wasted our time, but finally we are on the dashboard and we just have the management access reachability. So just one lab we have done today, very small lab, how to get GUI access on the dashboard, right? Just configuring the PC IP address and the VPN 512 IP address. And in this VPN 512, what configuration we have done, even we find that NMS is not working, so how can restart the NMS? So that also you understand. So we just did this configuration where I just integrate the interface. I just integrate the IP address and put the descriptions. So after that, I just click on admin, and you will see that my Cisco SD-WAN dashboard is ready to use. So tomorrow we'll move from here and we'll do the next level of configuration. So now you see, nothing is configured on the Cisco SD-WAN. Zero vSmart, zero Vmanage router, zero vBond, vManage one, but still invalid. You can see if you click that, this vManage is invalid because no certificate installed here. It's invalid. So even my vManage is ready, but it can't do anything. Control plane, everything is like 000. You can see every statistics is showing 0. If I go in the configuration device, certificate, template, nothing is there. So I believe we have done the good start today. We at least understand the component overview. What is my vManage, vSmart, vBond? What is the different edge devices we have? Also, we understand about the Viptela SD-WAN, Cisco SD-WAN, Catalyst SD-WAN. Also, we understand each component functionality, why the control plane, why data plane, what are different component. And finally, we landed with how we can take the GUIX of the vManage. So that's all for today. Still, anyone have any question, please ask me so I can take the few questions in last before closing this session.
तो सर एक क्वेश्चन ये है कि जो वीपीएन की रेंज है जैसे 026552 बताया था आपने,
Right.
और साइज जो है 16 बिट का होना चाहिए, कितने बिट का है?
So there is no size for VPNs. You can see the range, right?
Correct.
There is no size of the VPN.
65535 होना चाहिए सर.
I never thought about the size of the VPN. This is the range of the VPN. See?
Okay.
There's a range that no size. They not mention the bit and byte level, but it's a good thing. I'll check that. Okay, if there have any octet size available for this, but they just give the range or number. Even I read twice and thrice this documentation for this VPN. Never mentioned about anything about the size.
Okay.
So how many bits is going to required? To the power how many it is going to happen? If you're going to do that?
15 to 16, I think.
to the power 16. Let
15 to
me,
16. The value is lying between 15 to 16.
how to calculate? Scientific calculator. How to calculate?
I'm
To
just matching the BGPS numbers, the range
to the
between
power 15, right? Let me see how much is going to happen.
15 to 16.
Let me do the 6. See, 15 is coming 32768. Let me do the 16. So it's like lower, right? Now you can see even not exact value. So it's not like the size of the bit. It's 65366. But it's coming 2 to 7. 7 not the exact value, right? So nothing related to the bit and bytes. It's just a range number.
Okay.
Okay. Any other question? No? So wish you all the best, guys. Enjoy your festival evening and enjoy your Dasara, right? And see you tomorrow with the great energy and learn some, real-time configuration for the Cisco SDWAN for the controller deployment and certification part.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello, I
yes,
have a question.
Yes, Martin, go ahead, please.
Yes. For what time you start the course? Because I didn't get a link. I keep asking
Oh,
and then I get, yeah.
oh, I really sorry for that. I'll talk to definitely that counselor why they not provide the link. I really sorry for that. Do one thing. From today onward, if you have any question, right? Let me check why it has happened. You have the number 9289682701. Can you just write down this number?
Um,
They have
yeah,
this
give me
number,
that.
support
You said
number 9289682702. I see 01. Can you just write this number? It's a WhatsApp enabled number.
92.
89
Can you repeat again?
91 plus 91 9289
Plus 91 9289
682701.
Okay.
So this is support number.
N-
If
Yeah.
anything
Can you repeat? Can you repeat again? Because I lost it. It keeps keeping on.
plus
91.
91 plus line
Yes.
91 92
Yes.
89
Yes. Yeah.
68 2701.
682701.
Yeah, right.
701. Okay.
Just you
Okay.
ping, you are going to get daily basis number. Means any Zoom link, it is going to be like missed from the council. Sometimes counselor are busy in somewhere, so they might be not give you. But really sorry, I just need to talk to them why they have done this way. But you are going to get
And the video of last session, I didn't.
yeah, you're going to get that without fail. I'll make sure. I noted this. Okay, you're going to get that. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
So we are good, guys, to close.
Yeah, Vishal.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great evening, great day.